Hello, Max. Thank you for giving these insights into the companies. Let's cover the last company that presented at Security Field Day 11 last week in Silicon Valley, which is Index Engines, CyberSense. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Arjan. Thank you. Index Engines and CyberSense, that's one of the sessions I was, hoping to see, because we've been working last year on ransomware protection for primary storage. It was the research reports that we created together. And, CyberSense, which is an index engine solutions, was present in that report. So what's interesting there? I would say that here what the company is focusing on is in malware identification and testing, recovery testing in terms of from an integrity perspective. So during the presentation, we had a kind of a comprehensive overview of, what's happening in the ransomware space, the fact that we are no longer getting, standard ransomware attacks, which kind of brute encrypt everything, but we have no variants which are performing, XOR or XOR, encryption. So it reduces the entropy. So it's not easily detected by standard, malware detection solutions. Others are using, partial encryption or kind of lazy, intermittent, and so on. So the key point from Index Engines was that they have built an AI engine which is capable of identifying it kind of takes up to 200 data points to look at what's happening in the environment, to perform this detection in real time, and to inform you if there is any kind of corruption happening. Right. The other aspect is that they have a kind of a lab or environment which allows you then to verify that the data you want to recover has proper integrity. So that's it in a nutshell, I would say, on what they're doing.
So what I took out of it, because I looked online as well, that's the great thing about the Tech Field Days. You can, most of the sessions, you can join live during the session and look at it. What for me came back multiple times is that they're doing it for all solutions, but they are kind of, it kind of felt like they had a marriage with Dell Technologies. Is that a thing, or is that not? Have I seen that wrongly?
It's yes and no. The thing is, the company has taken a very clear view of where they want to sit, what they want to do, and also what they don't want to do. Right. So. Yeah. First of all, the approach that they've taken is that they want to OEM their solution and sell it to storage vendors. So where this sits is more or less at their storage layer, because if you look on their website, they're integrated with 3 vendors. They are providing capabilities to Dell with their Cyber Protect ransomware recovery solution, if I have the name right. They are also offering that to Infinidat as a part of InfiniSafe capabilities. And finally, they have a partnership with IBM SentinelOne, if I'm not mistaken. So not SentinelOne, Sentinel Storage. SentinelOne is a different one. Sorry for that.
Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah. So that is also, that's the thing. When we look at technology, we look at it holistically, and we have hopes that it's going to cover everything, that it's going to do backups and that. Now, the solution here very clearly is focusing on the detection and on the recovery aspect, and making sure that you have data integrity, but it will not go beyond that. So it is not a replacement for your data protection solution. It is more of a component, a layer that you have in your cyber resiliency strategy to be able to recover, right? So it's not going to replace, it's not going to be a vault. Maybe it has some capabilities there also. And in general, that's what the vendor does, right? The vendor includes that as a part of the stack. So for example, if you go with the Dell offering, and perhaps the Infinidat one as well, it is going to be part of the capabilities, so to detect, to recover eventually, but it is not offering the whole stack. It is expecting that you also bring something on the table. So that is what I think is, for a vendor, it's a great thing. However, if you ask me, for Index Engines, it's also about, where the company wants to grow next, because those strategic partnerships are good. But on the other hand, you want also to think about, how am I going to be able to build a business model that is more sustainable going forward. And if you think about it, then you need to look at the periphery of that. So data protection, maybe some orchestration stuff, and so on. So I don't know what you think about that, since you've been looking at them as well.
I totally agree on, okay, so what's the value that you want to add? It could well be that you can do it with OEMing your stuff. But still, there needs to be some integration with everything that's going on. So are you going to leave that to the vendors? And is that a good thing to do? Even thinking about, I've been in organizations where they had Dell technology and IBM side by side. Do I have to do two different things then, or can I integrate it together? Or there's tons of questions that you will have if you do it like this. On the other side, if that's your way to go and it's working for you, why not? It's okay. But I think integration will be a big thing for them in the coming years. Let's put it that way. It's hard to do it only like this. On the other side, you just have to do it for your vendors. The vendors ask what they need. You deliver that to them, and you sell it that way. Maybe it's a win-win. Maybe it's a lose-lose. I don't know, but it's
clearly exactly. Clearly we cannot look into the business model and the expectations of the founders, the company, CFO, from a revenue perspective, whatever. But the fact is that what they're doing, they seem to be very good at it, and of course we wish them well. The thing which I wanted to point out is that they have started including some extra, reporting capabilities about potential suspicious activity. With other delegates, we found that there is space for improvement here. We had a session afterward with the company where they exposed some of their roadmap plans, whatever. Of course, we cannot talk about that, but it looks like, the colleagues and friends here at Index Engines are up to make some further improvements to the platform, maybe going more into that space. We don't know if that's going to happen or when it's going to happen, but definitely they are trying at expanding the scope of what the solution is capable of doing. So that's it in a nutshell about CyberSense and Index Engines.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, there's always the articles that you write, even during the event, because some of them came up while the event was still going on. But
or even, I would even add, while I couldn't sleep because of jet lag, to be more honest.
That's it. So we'll link it down below. Make sure that you read that as well. Max, thank you so much for writing the articles, talking to me about what was going on, and thanks to Gestalt IT Tech Field Day for creating these awesome events. Thank you.